It's a cake so good, we've heard that Tom Cruise gifts it to his A-list friends every Christmas. A moist white chocolate flavor with shredded coconut flakes, since it's apparently irresistible enough to make celebrities stray away from their strict diets. Courtney Rich took her cake-making magic to it. The unbiased tasting panel claims Courtney's is better than the original. Yes. She joins me in the kitchen to share the recipe, the Tom Cruise cake.
Okay, so it's not Tom's cake. He didn't bake it, but he buys this white chocolate coconut cake from a bakery in LA called Doan's Bakery. It's been around forever. You can get it on Global Belly. And it's nearly $130 to buy and ship, which that's a fun gift, like to get a cake in the mail. So I get why he's doing that at Christmas time. A friend of mine recently got one for her birthday, and she's like, Courtney, you've got to try this.
She got one from Tom Cruise?
Good clarification. No, her husband.
Okay. Even better.
Got that one. Okay. Would we die to get a cake actually from him? But no, this one was her husband buying it. It took about a month to ship to her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it actually came after her birthday. And I tried it, and on Instagram, just right there live, I was like, this is not making me want to do the happy dance that I so often do.
There were no cake cartwheels after that?
No, I was not like really impressed by it. And I hate saying that. It was a delicious tasting like yellow cake with cream cheese buttercream and then some coconut on top.
You're being polite. You didn't like it at all.
I didn't.
I'll just say it. Tom Cruise, you can do better.
Okay, I was not really excited about it.
Okay.
And so I sat there and I thought, how could we improve this? I want the coconut flavor in the cake and in the buttercream. I love the idea that they had where they put this toasted coconut and they did white chocolate on the bottom of theirs too and let it kind of caramelize. So I made some tweaks. It took me about 3 rounds to get this cake. And so look at this texture. Come get a close look. I mean, you can even kind of poke it with a fork. It's really tender. It's not super light and airy. There's some density there. We're getting it from coconut milk, buttermilk, as well as butter, some flour, sugar, right? Some of the basics there, but we are using that coconut milk. Please dig in.
Okay.
The other thing to help that coconut flavor stand out and still be very natural in flavor, we're using coconut emulsion. So emulsion is like an extract, but emulsion is water-based and an extract is alcohol-based. I love the emulsions. I think the flavors are to die for.
This is like a summer cake.
Isn't that so yummy? Yeah. And then on the bottom, we've got the toasted coconut. It bakes right on top. And I actually wanted to really amplify that caramelized flavor on the bottom, so I did toffee bits. And you could even do cinnamon chips or caramel chips.
Ooh.
And there's white chocolate in my cake as well.
It's delicious, Courtney. It's so Tom Cruise should be handing you his address list to you and paying you $200 a cake.
Oh, I was so excited. And then I did actually put a little bit of coconut in the buttercream. The original one very much was a cream cheese buttercream. I wanted a little bit more coconut. And just like the original, I did do the shredded raw coconut on top and then use the toasted. So that we tried to like replicate it, make it something that you could make at home.
Oh, I love it.
So I was so happy, and I don't know, I have to show you, my kids taste tested. We put masks over their face, you know, our old masks that we would wear. Yes, we put it over our eyes, and I had them taste the original Tom Cruise. They didn't know what they were doing, just which was which. And then they tasted mine, and it was so fun because their like immediate body language told me
like,
that they
loved
my
mom's cake. Yes, you're like, I know you love it before you know you love it. That's awesome.
And
it's
it was
delicious.
so fun for them to like dissect the flavors and compare them. And I was so happy, and I promise I did not pay them to say mine was better.
No, I have not been compensated either, but it's very, very good. All right, so walk us through the details of this.
So I've got the cake baked. The important thing, and we'll flip this out in just a second, but when you're preparing a Bundt pan, we can't use parchment like we normally do with our layered cakes. So we want to make sure we prep it so our cake comes out really cleanly. One thing we're gonna do first is spray with nonstick spray. And then we're gonna dust it with something. I love to dust it with sugar. You can see the sugar around there. A chocolate cake, you could also use cocoa powder. You could even do some flour, but why not get kind of that crunchy, crispy edge with that sugar? And then, like I said, we've got that toasted coconut, it baked right on top. Then the next important thing with your Bundt cakes, let them cool completely in the pan before you flip them out.
Don't try to rush it.
Do not rush it.
I feel the weight of your threat right now. I feel it.
Could you feel the intensity? I'm like, you are not going to forget that. Okay, and then you've got your cake plate, your cake stand right on top.
Normally I'd be nervous for something like this, but it's Cake by Courtney. I'm not nervous at all.
I mean, a little bit. How does that look? How does that look? Ah, there we go. There we go. Look at that. And you can see the crystallization of that sugar right on top. Came out really clean.
Yep.
And look, can you see on the bottom where we've got some of that toasted coconut that's on the edges? You are going to love the crunch when you bite into that.
That's one thing I'm appreciating. I was telling Courtney, my sister and I have formed this like very haphazard cake club, and we're making cakes. And I am coming to really appreciate the texture and the crunch and all that goes into these cakes that are more than just cake.
It makes it a little extra special and fun.
Yeah.
So this buttercream, really easy. You're not making a lot. We're going to do a little bit of butter, and we're going to do some cream cheese.
Okay.
And those two are going to go together. Will you measure out a tablespoon of the coconut emulsion? So this is going to give us flavor that is just so natural and delicious. And it's not going to compete at all with the cream cheese flavor. And then I've got my powdered sugar. Love these bowls from Gigi, by the way. If you'll just like a little bit at a time, we may be making a little bit of a mess, but we got to frost. This comes together so easy. And let's remember, we don't have to have a fancy mixer to make a cake or to make buttercream. If you have a hand mixer, go for it.
You're part of the club.
All the big stuff. Yep. We can do this.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, this is good.
I got excited.
You know what? If you're not making a mess, you're not doing it right. My kids love to remind me of that. Okay, we'll add a little bit more. And then the key with your buttercream is really to give it some time to mix. So I'm going to let that mix just a little bit longer. It should get lighter in color. Let me turn it up. It's going to be loud. So sorry. Grab the Bundt cake. Let's get that close by. And then there's an offset icing spatula. The other thing you are going to love about this cake is that it's so easy to decorate. All right, we're just going to slather on our buttercream. Let me give you some.
That was an intense minute.
Whew, okay.
I'm feeling like
I'd probably
the adrenaline
even go a little bit longer.
Just
start to slather that on around the sides.
My insecurity shows.
No, but I love this. One, you are a master because look at all the cake making you are doing.
I am such a master. I am the founder of the Brooke and Sadie Cake Club.
That makes me so happy.
Well,
and
you're
so
in our
jealous.
kitchen with us every Friday.
I love that. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit more on, and then we have our shredded coconut. You're using sweetened shredded coconut. If you love toasted coconut, use more toasted coconut on the top. I saw some people do that with their cakes this weekend as they were making them. And just gives you a little bit more crunch if you like that flavor. But we're gonna go with our shredded here. Now, one thing you'll notice too with the cake, we're not putting coconut flakes in the cake batter itself. That actually will dry out your cake quite a bit because these flakes will absorb all that moisture. And we just want to keep it so.
Courtney and I are good friends, and yet I feel the need to show off, and I'm not living up to. Don't be disappointed in me.
This is exactly what it should be. Because look, then we want just all that buttercream, and you are going to coat it with your coconut. So if you're going to use the fresh, or you know what is so great, also at Gigi, you know I get all my stuff there. They've got the pre-toasted coconut, and it is perfectly golden brown. And so you can just buy it there, so you don't have to worry about it.
Courtney,
so we are going to make a little bit of a mess, and I'm so glad you already tasted it. Now we all need to get Tom's cake just so we can compare.
All right, this recipe is available on your website, I assume.
It is.
What are we looking forward to for cake season, summer 2023?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've got the online cake camp, which is actually so fun, I've noticed, for kids. I see so many moms buying my online cake camp for their kids. So it's a 3-month course. You could do that this summer. A lot of kids are just doing it on their own. And then my next cookbook comes out in the fall. So
we can't wait. Have you announced what it is yet?
It's called Bake.
Okay, I didn't know if we'd announced that officially.
No, actually I haven't, so you're the first.
We're celebrating Bake by Courtney, Cake by Courtney, Bake by Courtney.
Yeah, so we got a lot of extra goodies in there. Again, just to kind of help anybody who feels uncomfortable or not, I don't know, confident enough to get into the kitchen, just start with the basics, the real good, just things we grew up on, and then we'll work our way up to one layered chapter of cakes, but we've got lots of other little goodies in there and recipes that I don't even share yet. I love that.
We're celebrating already. We love you. Thank you so much.
Brooke.
The Tom Cruise Copycat Cake recipe, we'll link you over from our website.